All right, here we go. Welcome back, fellow Tenno. I'm here with you because Baro Ki'Teer has arrived. So for anyone who doesn't know, there is an extra element that DE added to the game a long time ago that's very useful to almost everybody. In fact, there are some things you can only get from Baro Ki'Teer. Now, who is he? What is he? And why do you care? Let's find out. Baro Ki'Teer is someone in the Warframe lore who is not exactly on anyone's side and very much out for himself. He's a character who's, I guess you could say, a philanthropist, but a businessman, really. He does a lot of business, he pays well, and he gets by without really affecting any of the sides, so everyone just kind of lets him through to do his own thing. Think of him as Indiana Jones. His primary goal is to find relics from the past, from the Orican era, which means things that we're going to want, and then when he finds them, he sells them to us. So the mechanic is that he shows up every 2 weeks. The idea being that the rest of the time, he's out getting more relics for next time. Now, I'm going to push navigation. Sorry, not navigation. I'm going to go to my inbox. Navigations, inbox. And when he arrives, everyone gets an email saying he's here. The wait is over. Baro Ki'Teer has returned. And he tells you which of the relays he's at. So every time he appears at a different relay. They rotate through them all. At least all the remaining ones. This time he's at the Cronia relay orbiting Saturn. So if we go over to navigation here and check out Saturn, you'll see beside Saturn is this interesting mark. That's the symbol of Baro Ki'Teer, his moniker. And it's showing that he's at the Cronia relay. We can also go to our missions up here, and under alerts, there's an alert for Baro Ki'Teer, telling you he's at the relay and exactly how long he stays for. Typically, he stays for exactly 48 hours, so 2 days, which starts counting right down to 1 day, 34 hours and 59 minutes as soon as, sorry, not 34, 23. 1 day, 23 hours and 59 minutes as soon as he arrives. So you have the weekend, starting on Friday, go through and get what you want from Baro. Now you can click on the relay here and find where he is every time, or you can just come to the alert, click on the Void Trader Baro Ki'Teer, and it takes you right into the relay. You don't even have to find it. Now there are, of course, a lot of relays because there are a lot of us Tenno out there. And especially now that all of the different platforms, all the consoles and PC gaming has all mixed together, everyone's in one set of relays. And it automatically creates more relays as needed. Very smart of DE. So we're going to go to the lowest number. Mostly because that's probably the busiest one, so I can show you what's going on in the relays. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen my ship before. You get it from one of the later missions. That's my landing craft. If you're interested in how to get it, look up Call. Here I am. So landing on the relay, a lot of people from here will just go straight to their fast travel. But you might notice that Baro Ki'Teer is never going to be on the fast travel list. If you ever want to get to him, you have to get in right from the beginning. I'm going to hop right in. We're going to go straight to Baro. As soon as I enter the relay, you come to the middle here and you see a bunch of people crowded around. Well, that's Baro up there. So he's called the Void Trader. If I pick him, you can see a whole bunch of stuff he has to trade. Now, we're going to get back into this in a second, but you might notice that the prices are a little funny. For example, What is this weird symbol next to his prices? And why does everything cost credits plus something else? Well, that's because everything he has is a better version. For example, this first mod here, Primed Smite Corpus, well, that's better than the regular Smite Corpus. It does the same thing, but it goes much further. In this case, the Primed Smite Corpus goes all the way up to 1.55 times the damage to Corpus. If I remember right, the regular one only goes up to about 1.35 or 1.4 times. So this just goes that extra step further. Now you of course have to rank the mod up once you get it to get to that, but that's okay. The mod is able to go further. Same with this Primed Target Cracker. Instead of the usual 90% additional crit damage on a pistol, this one can go all the way up to 110%, taking your weapons that much further. Most of what he has is a better version of something else. For example, this Paris Abra skin. So it's a skin to take your Paris to the next level with a whole different look. You can see it even changes the arrow you use. These skins that he offers are unique, and everything of his has two parts to the purchase price: the credits and this other thing called ducats. So he offers a lot of things. Typically, he'll have 2 or 3 or more mods. Usually there's an extra mod down at the bottom. There it is. He'll also have some weapons for sale. So this is a weapon skin here. Usually a landing craft skin as well. Pretty cool. But he'll also have some weapons typically. Where did I see one? Here. The Viper Wraith. So this is a modified version of the Wraith. A sidearm. A secondary weapon. But the Viper Wraith is modified. There's something different about it from the regular one. Something improved that makes it worth buying his version as well. Or instead of even. So here is the Prisma Oma. This is my personal go-to daily melee weapon. On this character, I have this particular melee weapon all the time. I find it to be the best one in the game at the moment, for my own personal reasons. I've been able to mod it just like I did my regular Oma, but the Prisma Oma has a slight advantage. I'm not going to tell you what it is, though. Get it and find out. He also has, of course, as I mentioned, skins for things like weapons and armor, special Ki'Teer ephemera. He also has different emblems, different items for your fashion frame, a skin for the taxon that gives it a desert camo look. He has all kinds of things, even a rug. So he's got lots of stuff. But if you really want to get into the lore, the most interesting one is the Sands of Inaros blueprint. This isn't what you think it is. This blueprint, once built, starts a quest called the Sands of Inaros, which will get you the Inaros Warframe. So hint, hint, that's how you get it. But it also takes you into Baro's past. Throughout the quest, the missions you run and the communications you hear and see talk about what happened to Baro as a kid and how he got to where he is today. So, lore right there, quest right there, and a Warframe? That's a lot for just 2,500 credits and 100 ducats. Now, I haven't yet explained the ducats. How do you get them, and where do they come from?
Next time I'll have something you'll want. I'm
Come over
sure
here.
of it.
Well, ducats are simple. They're his own currency. And the only way to get them is to come over here to one of the trading posts that are always here, even when Baro isn't, and trade things that you've gotten from unlocking a relic. So when you run relic missions, when you run void missions and, sorry, not void missions, when you run relic missions and you crack open your relic, well, there's a lot of prime gear that you can unlock. You can see I've got quite a few things that for me are all duplicate at this point on this account. And I'm just holding them because each one can be sold for ducats. This one for 15, even though it's Sevagoth Prime's Neuroptics blueprints. This Scourge Blade, 15 ducats. This Rubico Prime Receiver, 15 ducats. You may wonder, well, what costs more? Well, the Velox Prime Barrel gives you 100 ducats. So let's put all 4 on there. That's 400 ducats right there. The Vectus Prime Blueprint, 45 ducats. And you can see, it shows me exactly how much I'm going to get. And the total down here. If I choose to sell them right now, I get a lot of ducats. So you go and you get some relics. Remember I mentioned those relic packs plenty of times. Crack open those relics by running the relic missions. And the ones that you don't need for yourself, sell over here for ducats. Sell some here and some on the market to make platinum. You can get a lot of interesting things. But only from Baro Ki'Teer himself.
I can tell you will appreciate what I have.
This is your only source of primed mods other than the market. Plus, he's got certain occasional other gold colored, which means, of course, pretty high-end mods. Like Pummel, which gives you up to 120% more impact for the pistol. If you don't get this gold mod from here, or from a very special drop, there's nowhere else to get it except the market. Fellow Tenno, the Baro is in. Have fun, and don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe.